Have you noticed what almost every successful man, almost every single male role model that you look up to, all have in common? They're all in great shape. If you're a young man who's looking to get better in any and all areas of life, I believe that your number one priority in life should be getting in shape first. Any of the other goals are secondary. The first thing is fitness, lifting weights, and nutrition. Self-improvement in general is a very broad topic. It can be improving your looks. It can be improving your money, improving your confidence, any of that stuff. But fitness is the single most important thing that you should focus on as a young man. And by fitness, I mean lifting weights, tracking your nutrition, going to the gym. And the reason you should focus on lifting is not as simple as you think. I'm not gonna go into much detail about the more obvious benefits, like making you more attractive, getting in better health. I'm gonna go into less obvious, more like mental benefits that lifting has that you might not even think about. And especially if you're a young man in the beginning of your journey, I hope I can persuade you into starting with fitness first. I see fitness as sort of the beta version of success. It is, whatever anybody else says, but it's rather trivial to do. It doesn't require too much, thought or skill necessarily, just mostly consistency and hard work. Through fitness, you can prove to yourself that you can achieve your goals. And that confidence can be applied to any and all other areas of life. Fitness teaches you skills that are irreplaceable. Particularly, I'm going to be talking about 4 skills that are incredibly important to learn to achieve your goals. The first skill is probably the most important one, but it doesn't really work well without the last one. So make sure to stay until the end to extract every single bit of value out of this video. So I'm gonna combine the first 2 skills sort of into one category, and that is that lifting teaches you discipline. If you want to achieve your goals, you need to be disciplined. I hope you know that, and I hope I don't have to explain to you why. I personally divide discipline into 2 skills, first being hard work, and the second being consistency. When it comes to hard work, it's one of the more obvious skills that you learn through lifting weights, through fitness. To get in shape, you obviously need to work hard. You know that already, right? You facing that discomfort and you going through with it builds your ability to do hard things in the future, both physically and mentally. Just imagine there are people so far gone that the idea of lifting weights looks too hard for them. The idea of moving weight is too hard physically, just because it hurts, just because they're gonna be sore for a couple of weeks. Some people are so far into their comfort zone that they cannot even do that. I hope you don't want that life for yourself. There is also the mental aspect of it, of you learning to push to 100% every time. You learning to push to failure every single set. This builds character, and this builds your ability to, in the future, face hardship and face hard things. It's especially important that you learn to face hardship, especially when you don't feel like it. Aspect number 2 to discipline, and the second skill that lifting weights teaches you perfectly, is consistency, showing up for a long time. Learning that to get real results, you need to stick to one thing for a long ass time. Getting in great shape takes a lot of consistency to achieve. The skill of showing up every day, staying consistent, is formidable in and of itself. Most people can't even do that, but it's especially valuable to learn to show up when you don't feel like it, when you don't want to be there, to go through the hardship, to stay consistent, even when you're so tired that you just couldn't be fucked. You can't really half-ass gym. It can be the most effective program in the world, but if you don't stick to it, well, it's not gonna do anything for you. You're not gonna get any results. So show up when you don't feel like it and give it your all. This is what you learn through fitness, and that is what is so important in every single aspect of life, in every single goal that you're ever gonna have. Those were the 2 skills that build discipline. Also, if you're enjoying this video, please leave a like and comment down below and subscribe to the channel. I make videos like this every single week, so if you learn something, maybe you can learn something from the other stuff that I make. Anyway, let's continue. The third skill that lifting teaches you, and the third skill that fitness teaches you, is getting used to delayed gratification. Learning to stick to habits without immediate results and without immediate pleasure. That is another crucial skill that is just simply essential to building character, to actually getting success. Honestly, now that I think about it, this might be the most important aspect, but just all of them are important. Almost all of the success in all areas of life is built on delayed gratification. Just remember this motto: doing hard things in the moment leads to an easier life later down the line. And doing easy things in the moment, doing something immediately pleasurable, usually leads to a much harder life later on. Basically, when you learn to delay your gratification, when you learn to wait for results, you are training your comfort and you're training your immediate pleasure for future results. And remember, delayed results are usually, as a rule of thumb, multiple times stronger than any of the immediate pleasures that you can get. Just think about it. You can choose to eat a bag of chips, and yeah, sure, it's gonna feel good in the moment, but in the future, you're gonna feel like shit because you're gonna look like shit. And after that, the bag of chips or the little candy bar doesn't really look all that pleasurable if you feel like shit later on in life. And so conversely, if you're doing hard things in a moment, like for example, working out, yes, it's gonna feel a little hard in the moment. It's gonna, not give you as much instant pleasure as you might hope for, but the amount of pleasure, the amount of gratification that you're gonna get from the results that you achieve, from the body that you achieve, from the way you're gonna look, is gonna be multiple, probably hundreds of times stronger than any bag of chips or any candy that you can eat. So through lifting, through going to the gym, you learn to both stay consistent, work hard, and also stick to habits without immediate results, without immediate pleasure, and wait for those goals to be achieved in the future. Now, point number 4, and what ties probably everything together here, is through fitness you learn the importance of tracking systems, the importance of building trackers, tracking everything in life. Sure, you can do fitness and you can get away with not tracking your calories. You can get away with not tracking your workouts, but it's not going to give you the most effective results. It's not going to give you the fastest results. Not at all. If anything, you're probably not even going to get enough feedback to know if you're growing properly, if you're growing at a max rate, or if you're losing fat at a max rate. I mean, tracking is not a must per se, but it is crucial to achieving your results. Actually, James Clear, in the book Atomic Habits, talks a lot about the importance of tracking. He uses the example of habit tracking, of how it can make things more obvious and more satisfying to you. But you know that in fitness, tracking is probably even more important than in habits. And I believed in the idea of tracking long before I read the book. And tracking systems apply very broadly to life. Tracking your business expenses, tracking your budget, tracking your calories and workouts. It's just that fitness teaches you the importance of it by its own example. So tracking calories and workouts. Tracking systems give you irreplaceable feedback that helps you make more educated decisions on what you should be doing. I think I've now come to just explaining the importance of tracking overall, but just know that fitness really teaches you this importance, and you understand that you cannot really achieve progress as effectively as possible without having some sort of system set up, without having some sort of tracking set up. Fitness just kind of helps you learn it. Okay, so these were the 4 skills because of which I believe fitness should be your number 1 priority in your path to success as a young man. Okay, so let's recap. I see lifting and fitness as sort of the beta version of life, somewhere that you can try out different ideas and learn different skills that can be later applied broadly to any other field that you're going to be pursuing. You can learn crucial skills for success relatively simply through lifting, through going to the gym. The first skill you learn is discipline, which consists of learning to work hard, both physically and mentally, giving it 100% every time, and consistency, actually showing up every day, actually showing up for a long period of time. Another thing you learn is to show up for a long period of time without immediate rewards, without immediate gratification. You learn the importance of delayed gratification. Remember, that is one of the most important aspects in all of life, and I think that understanding the importance of delayed gratification is what actually separates the top 0.1% from all the other peasants. You also learn the importance of systems and tracking systems in particular. Alright, I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, please consider leaving a like, leaving a comment, and subscribing to the channel. Once again, I make videos like this every single week where I teach you something, or I tell you about my journey, about what helped me achieve the progress that you can see right now. I believe that if you stick to something long enough, you too can definitely achieve it. Love you. Stay strong. Let's go.